A stunning view of the moon over our broadcast location tonight in Dallas, Texas. The NBA on 2K Sports welcomes you to Wednesday afternoon basketball. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. There is no question that Dallas's Luka has captured league-wide admiration. The Hall of Famer player and executive Jerry West said, "We are watching genius, a superstar who will go down as the best player in Mavs franchise history." Considering Dirk Nowitzki was there for a long time, Kevin, the praise from Jerry doesn't get much higher or from a loftier perch.
Indeed, something special, David. Thanks. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Andre Ayton out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Paul in at the point guard. And for the Mavericks, Antetokounmpo is out there with Doncic. Then there's Burke. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 spot. Clark, with last season shortened, maybe some second-year players hitting the rookie wall for the first time here in 2021.
That's a good point. I mean, again, the carryover, people tend to look at this thing in compartments this season, this number of games, but there is carryover. I mean, teams that go through lengthy runs in the playoffs each year and then start up again oftentimes have fatigue battles that other players and teams don't. So that's real, the fatigue that carries over from season to season.
And so it's the Suns getting on the board first. Here's Doncic. Here's Antetokounmpo. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Phoenix gets called for the foul.
Well, I tell you what, the long arms of Antetokounmpo are really incredibly lethal in the paint. Sometimes the defense really has no choice but to foul him and then hope he misses.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
When Antetokounmpo is driving, he's locked in on finishing no matter what the defense hits him with.
Well, Greg, there's been some debate. What do you think? Is Giannis the best player right now in the world?
I tell you what, if there's a conversation, he has to be in it. Some people might go with Kawhi, Kevin Durant. He's coming back. LeBron James is there as well. But Giannis is probably the guy to lead that conversation.
Doncic feeling it out. Pass to Giannis. And they pick up 2. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Suns have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Here's Booker. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
And he gets the bucket.
As I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
For Phoenix, they've gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Crowder inside. Guarded by Doncic.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Burke kicks to Porzingis. Dallas moving it around. From 12 feet out. Here's Antetokounmpo. Porzingis passes to Brunson. Down low. Here's Doncic. Now Porzingis. Lock at 6. Pass to Doncic. It's up a 3. And the 3 ball is good. He has 5.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Pass to Ayton. Paul outside. The Suns need to get a shot off. And the rejection by Giannis. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Kicks it to Burke. Back to Porzingis. Over in the corner, Doncic. Outside, Antetokounmpo. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Boy, I love how fast Antetokounmpo gets to the basket. One of the most mobile guys in the game.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
And it was interesting. Think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Doncic. Hardaway comes in for Burke, and it's Richardson in for Jalen Brunson. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Devin Booker missing his last shot. Here's Finney-Smith. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Giannis with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Suns trail by 7. Now Payne. He's coming off a 16-point game against Portland. And a quick look now at the best free throw shooting team. The Mavericks, number 1. 4th, the Suns.
Both teams really well served to be very aggressive attacking the rim because of how well they shoot the ball at the free throw line.
And Phoenix making a change here. Craig's checked in.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
The pass to Porzingis. It's stolen by Saric. Here's Craig, covered by Giannis. Craig can't get it to go. Here's Giannis. Lays it up off the glass. Giannis has got 12 in the game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Suns trail by 7. Booker with it. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
And basketball in the blood for Devin Booker. I mean, his father, Melvin, started at the University of Missouri and played pro ball. Started in high school. Devin trained with his father, trying to follow his path.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
An accurate shooter from all areas of the floor. Booker has the confidence needed to dominate on offense.
Dishes it to Payne. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 6. Yep, that one goes in there.
And obviously a total team player. Saric is a guy, if his teammate is open, he's going to get the ball.
And here's Richardson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Way up top.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Dallas. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll return shortly. Like a future head coach, Greg.
And when it comes to closing, CP3 wants to leave nothing to chance.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Mavericks?
Guys, guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Mavericks, they've got Porzingis. Richardson is out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney Smith in at power forward. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, if you just look for a few minutes at Giannis Antetokounmpo on the court, you know why he's called the Greek Freak. But it's the drive that makes him an MVP. He said people try to make it complicated. Life is simple. You know what you want, go get it. Do what it takes every day and don't lie to yourself. Guys, I hope you understand I'm being truthful in all of these reports. Back to you.
Love the intensity. David, thank you. It's Payne with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. 9-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun.
Like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Doncic is checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Burke comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Josh Richardson. And the Suns here with a different look. Andre Ayton's checked in for Saric. Crowder comes in for Johnson. Bridges, he's checked in for Torrey Craig. And Paul subbed in for Cameron Payne. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there are so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are three guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness. All the while, he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Doncic finds Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Porzingis has got the lead up to 12 now for the Mavs. The Suns have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Ayton, and he uses the glass on the layup.
You know, this is why they trust Paul to run the offense. I mean, he's so good at getting the ball to guys on time and on target.
Booker against Doncic. Another 3 for Dallas.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Sweet find there by Booker. All eyes on him with the ball, and Devin understands that. That has a nice feel for giving up the rock.
Doncic against Booker. Here's Finney Smith. And here's Doncic from the arc. Another 3 for Dallas.
That's number 2 for him from long range in the quarter, his 3rd overall.
Now, here's Bridges. To the right side. Here's Ayton. Porzingis with the block.
Tell you what, Porzingis showing great timing as the anchor of the defense there.
And Dallas calls their first timeout of the game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
And look at what they did.
And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. Taking a look at Boston, they're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And guys, right now for Dallas, they've taken this ride all the way down the stretch. Few people thought they could maintain this astonishing display of dominance.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play.
You know, growing up in Greece, Giannis Antetokounmpo was so poor, he and his older brother, Thanasis, had to share a pair of tennis shoes. I mean, how about how far he's come since then? Now he's the first foreign-born player ever with his own Nike signature shoe.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
The three from Porzingis. The Mavericks rebound, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Jay Crowder.
You know, what you really like about Antetokounmpo is he wants to keep getting better. I'd say he's accomplished that and then some.
Payne, he's checked in for the Suns.
And Clark, they say back in Greece, all of Giannis's basketball shoes were hand-me-downs from his teammates.
Greg, nothing like not having enough to drive you to get more. I mean, clearly, you think about Giannis and his background and where he is now, he and Thanasis oftentimes would take turns playing in the game, swapping the same pair of shoes. Those days are long behind both of them.
Brunson with a clean look. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 5 assists in the game. Suns trail by 15. A minute 20 left in the first half. And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That'll be his second foul of the game. Johnson, he's checked in for Jay Crowder. Now, Brunson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Denver.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
And so it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for the Suns. Passes to Ayton. Good ball movement here by the Suns. To the paint. Hangs in the air. Goes back up. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Here's Giannis. Out to Doncic. 6 to shoot. Now the dish to Burke. This ball grabs the miss.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in.
You know, it's good seeing Porzingis work really hard on the defensive end. Does a nice job staying in position and contesting and challenging the shot without fouling.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
In at the line.
Well, you know, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the stripe time and time again.
Setting the floor for the Suns. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Jay Crowder out there with Ayton. And it's Paul in at the 1. Sinks the triple. Burks got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Mavs.
And what a special player Antetokounmpo is, sharing the sugar there. The vision he showed, nice job finding the open man.
Near the three-point line, it's Booker. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And they double up Giannis. Brunson finds Antetokounmpo. And then jammed down as he goes right over Chris Paul.
And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdown.
And for the Suns, they're shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Paul passes to Booker. Back to Paul. Lots of room. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Paul's got 9.
Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Doncic against Booker. Doncic kicks to Brunson. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 6 assists now in the game.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer. For me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Hardaway's checked in for Trey Burke. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
DA, thank you. And Phoenix making a change here. Payne's checked in, and he sinks the second. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Phoenix. Pass to Payne. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his first foul. Off the inbound, he lays it in.
Timeout.
Booker's got 12 points in the game.
Not just an outside shooter. Booker is also skilled at getting it done from that area as well.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Giannis inside. He's against Crowder. Kicks it out to Richardson. The shot trying to get open is Crowder. A second chance effort. And Giannis with the layup. Giannis has got 8 points in the quarter.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And the Mavericks with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. There's the lob, and Antetokounmpo up high to stop the alley-oop.
How about the springs of this guy, Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak? I mean, he just gets up off the ground like a rocket on these alley-oop chances.
Here's Booker. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Hardaway. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. He has 6.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
It's Payne with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Sharch dishes to Crowder. Booker outside. And it's good, 2 points.
The quick, clean shot there from Booker. Strong mechanics give him great accuracy.
Doncic with it. He's got 14. 1:35 left to play in the third. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You too.
So it's Phoenix now. The Suns have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Now here's Payne. Defense is right there. Lobs it up for Crowder. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. A different look for Dallas. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Porzingis, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Doncic. And the Suns making a change here as well. Ayton, he's checked in for Jay Crowder. Richardson the pass to Redick. Ayton against Giannis. Count it, good.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
The Suns shooting it beautifully here in the third, 56% from the field. Payne in the post. Richardson cover. Ayton. That one misses. Now Dallas takes it the other way. 46 seconds left here in the third quarter. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. He's covered by Ayton. And Giannis gets it to go. Giannis has got 32 points in the game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Well, Phoenix shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Now here's Payne. He's guarded closely. The layup off target. Dallas has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. And here is Antetokounmpo. He's got 32. And Antetokounmpo slings it in.
And he's got it going now. And when he's in this kind of a zone, I think the D's happy to just get out of Antetokounmpo's way.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's Dallas just dominating this one. And we'll get
Anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got J.J. Redick. He's out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's O'Quinn in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And Phoenix has possession. More right side.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Carter against Redick. Carter left side. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Craig, good.
Totally unselfish play there from Ayton. Sends the ball to someone with a wide open look.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Brunson against Moore. Lock at 6. Redick with the bucket.
Tell you what, very few players work as hard as Redick to find the open spots on the floor. Constant movement, and he moves smartly. It's what makes him such an effective jump shooter in my mind.
They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
This one for 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Kaminsky misses. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Brunson, good.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
And it's the Suns with the ball. Pass to Kaminsky. Inside, Carter. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Carter's got his first bucket in this one.
Good, solid execution inside. That's exactly the look you want.
To the inside. Was shot by Redick, no good.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Carter down low. Brunson covering. Carter kicks to Ayton. That's in there. Carter with the assist.
And the sheer muscle of Aiden. Sometimes he's impossible to stop on the way up.
We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Reddick. And it's Ayton with the rebound. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Suns. You know, Greg, you probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference. I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
And using that 7'5" wingspan, putting it back off the miss, one of Aiden's specialties.
Runs in the pass to Reddick. It's good from long range. Reddick's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for Dallas.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
Reddick against Carter. The dish to Ayton. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Just terrific at executing in the paint. Ayton has a nice array of shots to choose from.
The pass to O'Quinn. Outside for Reddick. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Mavericks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It'll go down as their 48th win.
And just breaking the spirit of their opponent. 3 straight times this year, this win is going to give them a perfect 3-0 record with one left to be played on the season against Phoenix.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Giannis.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
Lets the three fly. Craig, good.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
Here's Reddick. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Carter against Reddick. Here's Kaminsky. And it's Melly with the rebound. Now here's Reddick. Beyond the arc. Hits the three-point bomb.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Luka.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.